Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the first update for the 10th update in my HRCYED challenge. So far, I've read quite a lot of books, but not all of them fit some prompts in the HRCYED challenge. Well, I did read quite a lot. I have not many prompts finished, you know what I mean? I finished, in the last vlog, I will link that here, I finished the trilogy prompt. That was Crescent City for Me by Sarah Jamas. I finished that. I loved the books so much that I purchased them, right? I read them from the library first, and now I bought them, and here they are. Got them all. The problem is, I mean, they're all hardbacks, but the spines don't look the same. Crescent City, of course, House of Earth and Blood, the first one. And then we have the second one, House of Bread and Sky, and you can already see they do not match. Oof. And then we also have the last one, House of Flame and Shadow. So 2 and 3 match well. Then the first one doesn't. Slightly annoying me. But anyways, yeah, I love those books enough for me to purchase them, and obviously they do not count in my buy one book for every book that you read, because I've read them before. They're all in a very good condition. Like, they might have been read once, but that's it. So here they are. I have no idea where to put them. I'm struggling. I don't have that much space. Can you see them? Oh my goodness, yes. If I like a book enough to repurchase it, it is good. I also have the Touch of Darkness series and Fall to Me, of course. Another book that I finished. This one here, Sassenbuch 603. This actually glows in the dark, which is so cool. 254 pages of Disney comics, as you may know. I still have like 2 or 3 of these. My goal was to not have a backlog at all, because they are rather thin and they come out every single month. If I'm really in the mood, I can finish one of these books in a day. And then what I'm currently reading is this one, Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. Frida McFadden. This will come for new release January, and then I don't know what else. Maybe the green cover, or maybe the D for ABC challenge. I'm not really sure. Like, I haven't checked yet, but definitely for January new release. I started it today, actually, and I'm already on page 94. Just left to go. Yeah, I like it so well. It's about Debbie with like the perfect wife, the perfect housewife, the perfect mother. Everything is nice. She has a very beautiful garden, a beautiful house and all. She's the perfect woman. Until she is not. Because a lot of people are just not nice to her. They are rather nasty, and lately just things have not been going the way she wanted them to go, and life has just been throwing rocks at her, and she decided to throw the rocks back. To the point where she actually had a book club meeting with terrible woman. Why would you even be friends with them? Oh my goodness. Terrible woman. They always talk down on her. Like, they read the book, and they kind of compared it to a book that they read in high school or in university or whatever it was. And Debbie, she didn't read the book, and they were like, oh, don't worry about it. Maybe next time we can read something that's not for intellectuals, you know, that's easy to understand. They literally mock her. I'm guessing it's not the first time, because she brought sandwiches, and she might have poisoned those sandwiches and the woman at the book club. I've never read a Frida McFadden before, but so far I'm intrigued. And she's also writing like a column. Oh no, I wrote it down in the local family-oriented newspaper, right, where people. Actually, it's like into the first chapter. She gets emails like this and questions, and then she answers them. However, she was now fired from a job because she told a woman whose husband was just absolutely terrible, right? He did not want her to work. He did not want her to get any money. She got a monthly allowance, and she was only allowed to, with the majority of the money, buy groceries. If she ever needed new shoes, for example, she had to save up money. She asked Debbie, hey, what can I do? Like, how can I become more independent? She literally flat out tells the woman, divorce your husband. And then her boss actually called her in saying, that guy, the husband, is actually threatening to sue us unless I kick you and your supervisor. Like, he's the big boss, and then you have the boss, and then you have Debbie. Unless I kick you 2 out. So guess what he's doing? Because it's a traditional, family-orientated, small, local newspaper. They both get kicked to the curb, and that's how far I'm. Almost 100 pages in. This is how much has happened. I feel like Debbie's gonna lose her shit. Debbie's just going batshit crazy. I will tell you more about that in the vlog that I'm filming. Well, I haven't started yet, but I will film. That is the update. So 3 new books that do not count in my read one, buy one challenge. And then I finished this one. I think that brings my total of books that I can buy to 4. Because I did read quite a lot, and then I got 2 new library books, but then I read some more. So I think I can buy 4 books, which is great because I need to get a new release for March. and I need to get one for the Around the World book club, and then I need to get one for the other book club I'm in. So if it all goes well, I can get one additional book, just something from my very, very long TBR list on Goodreads, for example. I mean, if I finish this, I can get 5 new books. I'm so happy that, you know, the library hall, I'm going to get here again. Okay, no, I showed it in my last vlog. I only got 2 books. One of them is the second book in the Equator series, which is forcing me to read the first book because I have that on my TBR. And then the other one is The Witches of Vado. I have no idea how to say it. The second Equator book is like this, but the other one's like that, so it should be easy, right? It's not 6 books like the last time. That was absolutely crazy. Why did I do that? I still don't understand it. Anyways, I'm going to continue to read, and then I will report back. Maybe halfway when I'm done. We will see. Bye. Hello. It's been a while since I've done an update. Honestly, I finished 3 books, but I'm still working on the 4th one, and that has just been taking me way too long. Anyways, I want to show you a new book that I got. This was kind of for, this is for the Reading Around the World book club that I'm in, sponsored by Emma. Well, not sponsored, but made by Emma. I'm sure you know what it is. If not, I will link a channel down below. You probably know what it is. And this time around, because the last few years it was 1 book every month, and now we're doing 1 book every 2 months, which is also the reason why this one is huge. It might not look it, but this is over 500 pages. This is my Uncle Napoleon, French way, by HRCYED. Oh god, I have no idea. This one here. I hate it. I hate this like velvet cover that apparently everyone is doing right now. I got that. And also this dark white page. Did you see this? Unfortunately, I could not get the second hand because, hold on, the one I'm currently reading is also second hand, which is this one here, Love in the Time of Cholera. Do you see? Like this is how I prefer a book. Okay, maybe not as old as this, but definitely not as blinding as this, because the sun is out. I don't know how well you can see it, and I swear to God, if I would go outside and read and open the book, I'd be blinded, because this is very white. And also, like I said, the feeling, oh God, just, I have a very big trouble with touch, right? Like, even clothes, if that's a certain material, I just get the ick. And books like this, like the covers like this, give me the ick. But anyways, we're going to Iran this month, this month and next month. Even more important than ever, because have you seen what the hell's going on in the world? We are now March 3rd. I don't know when this vlog will go up, but, and I have no idea what the book's about. Maybe, you know how Napoleon, I don't know when this book was written, probably after Napoleon was there and died. They said that one thing, like the little man complex, the Napoleon complex, where men of rather short height have a very big ego. Maybe the uncle is kind of like that. I want to show you the new entries. I'm going to wait until I'm done with cholera one. It's like 12 more pages. I will be done with it very soon, and thank God, let's just say. Yeah, this one. I don't know when I will get it. You know, we have 2 months. I love getting to know new books and new countries, new authors and all, but also like, it's just a lot to read. I'm in 2 book clubs. I get I get 2 book club picks, right? I get the Louis Gestapo, I get the Illuminated one, and then I also get additional ones from the library. When will I be able to get something from my wish list? I think I still have one. That was the other book club. That was by Carolyn. I think I have a book from last year. I read like this time last year that I haven't read. Look, just because I'm in the book club doesn't mean that I will read the books that I've chosen. You know what I mean? Can we go back to normal covers and not the velvety ones? Because that's really, really freaking me out. Thank you. Hi, I have 2 finished books here. Technically I have 4, but I only have time to talk about 2 now. One very briefly, this is Louis Gestapo 605, Bullseye, for Holland. This came out in, let me see, also the window is open because, you know, it's warm outside. And inside. This came out in December. Right, finished that. And that counted for, had to improvise a little. The last 10 years, and that counted for 2025, because obviously it came out in December 2025. So that is what I counted for. And then obviously I finished the new release for January. Now there's actually a problem with the new release for February, because once again, I ordered 2 books on Amazon, you know, new releases, and twice I got an email saying, oh, we're sorry, but it will be delayed. One was delayed until April, I think, and the other one was until April or June. And I'm like, no way, so I cancelled that one. I still have this one, like the newest one from February, which I think is 607. I haven't read that one yet, so that will count for my new release February. It will not be a normal novel. It will just be a I'm sorry for that. It's like the third or fourth time that this has been happening, and it's just not cool. I know that we have 60 days before and after release to read, a new release, but it's just, I just get frustrated. So, anyways, this is the new release for January, and also counts for ABCD, because obviously Dear Debbie. So this is Freddie McFadden, Dear Debbie, my first ever McFadden book, and I love that. I love that. I have a reading vlog for that. I believe that here. This was so good. Debbie is actually batshit crazy, but in such a good way. I feel like everyone in this book got what they deserved. Was she petty with the rose garden, for example? Yes, a little. Would I have done that? Probably not. But was it fun to read? Absolutely. So I really enjoyed this book. I give this 4 or 4.5 stars. I'm not really sure anymore, but this was really good. And for it being my first McFadden, I had a good time. I think I told you that my boyfriend also has a McFadden book. Maybe I have to borrow that, but I can't because I'm currently reading this one from the library. I have 1 week left and I have 2 books to finish, and I'm only, yeah, I finished Ekotar, and this is the second book. I will get to Ekotar, I think, with tomorrow's update. I have a very bad migraine. It's just terrible. So, anyways, I would love to read another McFadden, but I'm currently reading this, and that is Red Big, and I still have the other, like the Witches of Vardeux, I think it's still have that to read. Here I was thinking, oh, I only got 2 books from the library. It's not that bad. It's easy to do, and I have like 1 week left to finish 2 books, one of which is super thick. Without spoiling myself here, 624 pages. I already know that for when I go to the library, I will get the next book in the series, and then maybe another prologue, because it's been a while since I had one. Anyway, so 2 books finished. I think in March I was able to buy 6 books. 2 already accounted for book clubs. 1 is a new release. So technically I only got to pick 3 books out of my wish list to buy, but all of them, they will be here probably by the end of the week, and I'm excited. So 2 finished, 2 books I will keep. Yes, so bye. Hi. I just want to show you the new Illumicrate book. Well, this is for February. Given the fact that February is such a short month, it actually arrived in March. But here we are. This is Salt Swept by Catalina Watt. And I cannot tell you how long it took my brain to realize that this is a W. I don't know, I was really struggling with that. I don't know why. I just was. But yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Ending page here. That does check it. I will finish short for that as well, obviously. Ending page. Oh, yeah. And apparently this is a story inspired by Southeast Asian mythology. And the first sentence actually here is a ragtag crew, a perilous quest. First they need a boat, next they need to learn how to sail it. It's giving One Piece. Luffy, what book am I? Volume 11, I think, or 12. Something like very early in the beginning, right? Luffy's also like, you know what, I want to be king of the pirates, and I don't care what it takes, I'm going to be king of the pirates. And he doesn't know how to sail a boat, obviously, so he needs a navigator, and a cook, and just a whole crew, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm curious to see. So I just want to show you this, and then later when I have a bit of time, I'll talk about these 2 books here. I'm going to work out, and then we'll talk to you. Bye. I just want to say that for this year, there would also be a nice new video in my Illumicrate challenge, which was to read every single Illumicrate book they have, and preferably not have a backlog of them, because obviously they arrive every single month. I think I have like 8 or 9 books already to read, and new ones continuously coming in this month twice, because like I said, February is a short month, so I get 2 books in March. It is rather thin, okay? Less than 400 pages. It should be doable. Why am I just not getting to them? I'm just never getting through my TBR, which is why I'm slowing down a bit. I only get 2 books on the library. One of them I don't have here right now, but that's the second book in the Ekotar series. I feel like, getting only 2 books, or maybe 3 if 2 of them are very thin, and getting books that help me reach goals, like not only is this coming from my series prompt, but also like I've had this book for so long, the first one here, I just want to continue with the series. And I think HRCYED yesterday or the day before said that 2 new books will be published for ACOTAR. I think what was October and January, or November and January. Anyways, I need to slow down with the books that come in order to read my TBR. So I'm trying to, like I said, only get 2 books from the library, and then when I'm done with those, I can work on the TBR that I have. There are some books on there that are this big. You know, I have the Brothers Karamazov on there. I have Count of Monte Cristo, Miss of Avalon. Do you remember the very first HRCYED video? I don't know if it was in the first update or the HRCYED announcement. I said I want to read Miss of Avalon as a tandem read, right? Because there's an audiobook available, and I want to read 50 pages of this, and then the rest of the day, depending on how much time I have, I will listen to Miss of Avalon. I started that book in July. I haven't touched that book since July. Maybe I should do a video where I only read the books that I've already started. Long story short, a yapping video. Are you surprised? No. These 2 books I finished. So this I finished first. This is ACOTAR. In case you don't know, A Court of Thorns and Roses by HRCYED. What can I say? I've had this book on my TBR, like I said, for a very long time. Why? Why did I not read this? First and foremost, this will actually count for series 4+. This follows Feyre, who comes from she's actually from a very rich family, but her father had some not so nice things going on and lost all the money, and now her 2 sisters and the father live in a very small house. They don't have enough to eat, so Feyre goes out to hunting, and then she sees a stag? Or doe? I think it was a doe. And she wants to obviously shoot it with the bow, and then guess what? A wolf comes in. And not just any wolf, but one of the biggest wolves she's ever seen. Like, beautiful eyes, huge, strong, very intimidating. And she's like, you know what? No, this is my food. Get out of the way. So she shoots the wolf with an arrow of ash, I think, because she knows that wolf is a fairy. It's not a normal wolf that you see out in the forest. It's a fairy. So the only way to kill fairies is with special weapons, of course. You know, like you cannot just take a knife and then expect that fairy to die. It's just not happening. Turns out that she actually killed the wrong wolf, because there's a treaty going on between the humans and the Fae folk and the fairies and all. She gets taken away from her family, and she has to live at the spring court, which luckily, in very good old HRCYED manner, there's a map. So she lives here, and she's getting taken there over the big wall. We have Tamlin, the lord of the spring court, obviously, a high Fae who, he's telling her, you have to live with me, but you can do whatever you want, you're not a prisoner. So, it doesn't sound that bad, does it? I mean, obviously you have to say goodbye to your family, you'll probably never see them again, but it could be much, much worse, Feyre, okay? You could be, as the book I'm reading right now, The Witch of Water, you could be burning on a stake, but you're living with Fae folk, the fairies. As the story goes on, it actually turns out that there's a illness that is ravaging the land, and also you have that one martyr, Amarantha, who over the years has slowly built up her power, and everyone's under her control, and she wants to take revenge on the humans, like the mortals, because they do not deserve to live. They hate the Fae, and the Fae should get revenge and whatever. There was actually a time when the humans and the Fae battled together as a team. Those days have long been gone, and Amarantha has put a curse on quite a few people. Tamlin in this court. Let me just say, I like the book. I would like the story. There were some points and parts of the book that were just a bit too boring for me, because I feel like, compared to other HRCYED books, there were some things happening, obviously. But it only started halfway through where it got really good, and where you finally got to know what has going on and what that curse is and why the curse is and how to break it. But before that, it's just maybe my expectations were too high, because this is not the bad book at all. It's just not what I expected, because I heard so many people rave about this and it's like the best book ever. I think I gave it 4 stars as well, or 4.5 even, but I hope, I'm 100 pages into the next book, and that is already tea. You know what I mean? Because over here you have Tamlin and Lucian, both from the Spring Court team, and then you have Rysand, I think you said Rysand, from the Night Court. In case you don't know, Crest City recent is also in those books. Actually, there are a couple of people in this book that are also in that series, and I cannot wait to see how. I think this series came out before that one. I cannot wait to see how they turned out. The way they turned out, you know what I mean? Like, what happened over here? Recent is like, you know, he's still, how to say, like, rude and very cocky and full of himself. But in those books, he also is, but he's just very, in German you say unnahbar, you know, he doesn't let people get close to him. Well, over here, he's kind of like, yes, he's an ass, but he's also a bit flirty. And also in the second book so far, the way he says things might not be the nicest, but he has the best intentions so far for Farah. Yeah, I'm curious to see how he went from Akutar Reese to Grand City Reese. I like the book enough to continue with it, and not only because it is my challenge, you know, my Hook It challenge. I enjoy it. And given the fact that there are 2 more books coming out, which I don't know if those will be the last or not, but I'm excited. Like, I eat like Samuel Mans could rewrite the telephone book and I just eat it up. You know what I mean? So I actually enjoyed this one. What I did not enjoy so much, Love in the Time of Cholera. It's basically a book about a love story between a man and a woman over 50 years that just cannot be together, you know, because they were not good enough for each other, you know, like she deserves someone better than him because she's from a richer household, and then they are kind of not meant to be because she's getting married to someone else, and then she gets pregnant and he's having a lot of affairs with way too young children, girls. Okay, like it's not age appropriate whatsoever. No, but their lives are separate lives, but they still kind of have a connection because whatever he does, whoever he sleeps with, he always thinks about Femina, no matter what it is. And you know, once her husband is actually gone, he's like, after 50 years, like her husband is not even cold yet. He's like, you know what? I'm here after 50 years to tell you once again that I love you and to ask for your hand in marriage, something like that. I'm like, dude, you are such a creep. I get it, love at first sight, and you know, love always wins, and no matter how much time has passed, you still love the person. But man, you are a fucking creep. 50 years. Like, how can, like, I'll give this 2 stars. It was not my favorite at all. I read it because obviously for Hook It, you cannot get enough books. I would have enough this after 50 pages. But also, this was a book club read. And it was just not it. And I shouldn't say that, but it doesn't make me want to read 100 Years of Solitude. Because I read somewhere that is kind of similar with the pacing and the storytelling and all. I don't know if I should do that. Maybe this is not meant for me. Maybe this is where you find me. The fantasy stuff. The fae folk. The merfolk. The vampires. God, even zombies. I'm actually really curious about this. Because I hope it is as chaotic as One Piece, for example, where everyone in the crew has their own very strong willpower and has a very strong personality, and it just goes like this. You know, sometimes they have good days where everything's going fine, and then it just all crashes down. I don't know. I've never read this. This is a debut novel as well. I have no idea. But these are the 3 books that I can now finally put away. I will keep this just for the sake of keeping it, and I push through it. You know, like sometimes you need to reward yourself. I read this. I'm done with it. I'm going to show you the book I'm currently reading. I think I showed that before, but it's still The Wishes of Wardeux. I found out you say 220 pages in. I'm just not feeling it at all. It's just the whole Anna story, like they're now together, you know, like Inga Book's story and Anna's stories, they're now interwoven. Intertwined. But it's just not it, man. This is like historical fiction, and maybe historical fiction is not my thing. Like I said, maybe I'm just more for the fantasy stuff. I will read this, and I will continue with Akumov. Court of Myth and Fury. It doesn't sound as great as Akutar does. That's Akumov. I will read that, and then I will probably give you another library haul, and that's it. You know, if I don't finish anything until the library, we're good. If I finish something else, also good. And then I'll try to keep this video shorter. Okay? I'll try. I have a few books to talk about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books to talk about. I got a couple of new books. Those were all counted for in my read one, buy one book. I finished one, and then I'm currently in the middle of one. So the thing is, I'm currently reading this, right? Akumov, Court of Myth and Fury. Also have the window open. I hope it's not too loud. I'm going back to the library tomorrow. I'm currently here. All of this left to read. So there are 624 pages, and I'm on page 300 73. There's no way I will finish this. However, there is an audio and ebook available. So, yeah, I will return it tomorrow, finish it, and then continue with the next book, which is called A Court of Winds and Ruin. I have finished this one, yeah. The Witches of Vardeux, also from the library. This was just, okay, this can before, become the avatar, Earth, you know, because you have like cats and leaves and all of that. I think that's very earthy. It looks like fire, but there are actually leaves, I would say. And there's also a lynx. So a big cat. Anyways, I finished this one, and it's historical fiction, and it was in the same section as Akotar, so I did not know it was historical fiction, because why would it be in the fantasy stuff? It is actually like, it has like a historical background as well. Yeah, I did not really like this. I mean, obviously, you know, witches and burning witches on the stake is a very heavy topic, so it's just not like, I'm more of a fantasy type girl or crime and thriller, but not this so much. So if I would have known this was a historical fiction book, I would not have picked up. It was okay. I think I gave it 2 stars. Some characters in here are actually very nice, some are very unpleasant, and a woman that I would not support because they do not support other women. It was okay. 4 new books that I got. Yay! This is for the well-read book club. This is Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Again with a non-removable sticker. It's just really pissing me off, man. This is what it looks like. I've heard of this book. I've never read this book. I don't think I've ever read anything but this author before. I have no idea what this is really about. I don't really like reading the back of books, and sometimes even be spoiled, because some books, like, you're supposed to put the blurb on there, what the story is about, but some books give you the whole freaking synopsis, like everything that's happening, the major plot point is one. Just like, man, why are you doing this? It looks like Greek, Roman. It's again historical fiction. No idea what this is about, but I'm curious. Then I got by Victoria Schwab, The Archived. Everybody has a story. Or everybody has, or not everybody like is human, but everybody. The body. Yeah. This actually, I checked this. This came out in 2013. Yeah, 2013. So you can tell how long some of these books have been on my on my wish list. I think this was 2014 or 2015 when I put it on, so it's been a while. I usually, because my brain tells me this is the right way to do, I go by oldest. And once I get to the books that I put on in, or that came out in 2026 that interest me, it will probably be the year 2040 already. You know what I mean? Like, it will be a long time. Then I got this here, because, like, again, it's been on my wish list for 10 years. The Rig by Roger Levi? That looks like we're on a, what do you call that? The ocean, like the oil pump. There is a video game. Oh god, I forgot what it's called. That plays actually on like an oil thing, like out in the ocean, and then everything goes to shits, and you're all by yourself, and you hear nothing but the wind, and it's very freaky. On a desert planet, 2 boys meet, sparking a friendship that will change human society forever. On the windswept world of Bleak, a string of murders lead a writer to a story with unbelievable ramifications. One man survives the vicious attacks, but is left with a morbid fascination with death. The perfect candidate for the perilous job of working on a rig. Welcome to the system. Here the concept of a god has been abandoned and a new fate parades. Afterlife, a social media platform that allows subscribers a chance at resurrection based on the votes of other users. So many lives forever interlinked, and one structure at the center of it all, the rig. Remind me of the I don't know, I remember what about The Passengers, where they have like self-driving cars and all, and cars take the people inside hostage, and other people via live stream can vote who has to die, because those people are actually telling their story and what they're guilty for, what they should be praised for, and then voters can decide who has to die in the car crash. Very good book, I can highly recommend it. So chunky. Oh, but very big text. That should be doable. So this, and then the last one I got. These Broken Stars by Annie Kaufman and Megan Spooner. The hardcover as well. Can you believe that? Hardcover. It looks like it has been read once, maybe. It's a night like any other on the board of Icarus. Then Catastrophe strikes. The massive luxury space liner is yanked out of hyperspace and plummets into the nearest planet. Lilac LaRue and Topher Marinson survive, and they seem to be alone. They seem to be alone. That is giving reminds of the movie with Jennifer Lawrence. Is that also called The Passengers? The Passenger? They get stranded somewhere where they think they are alone on the nearest planet. Okay, yeah, you can definitely see what kind of kick I was on 10 years ago. Space travel and being abandoned and having to fight another species, maybe. I'm really intrigued by these books. They sound good, but are they actually good? No idea. So that was it. I will, like I said, go to the library tomorrow, so I will have a new library haul. I will show you that one as well tomorrow, and then I will be back. I'll be back when I finished Akumov, and then I will finish off this vlog. I don't think I've achieved anything with my prompts. I should talk this stick out already, but this will count for 4 plus series, 4 books plus series. Like I said, I think in the clip before I said that Sarah Mars has announced that there will be 2 more books of this, but there are only, I think, 4 or 5 are out thus far. Given the fact my library has them all, and I read the 5th one, then I'll be done with that, because there's not more that I can read, so I'll be done. It's 5 books that are out currently, so that alone would fulfill the prompt, because I've read 5 books. There's supposed to be 4 and more. But I would definitely, I'm well into the story right now, and I love Recent. Yeah, I would continue with it, regardless of how many books there are. Oh yeah, and this will also come for the green cover, because look at it, it's green. Yes, so project for tomorrow is get new books on library, show them to you, and then finish this book, hopefully soon, because like I said, I'm really into the story right now, and I want to know what the hell is going on. Because, the sexual tension is there. Finish off this vlog, and then start new, and then hopefully I can finish something up. Right off the bat, I don't see anything that these 4 new books could fulfill. I still need a book that was released in 2016. I will see you tomorrow with a haul. I hope I don't get too many books. I went to the library today and I got 4 books. Hear me out. I got 4 books. 3 of them are manga, so 3 volumes of manga, and then 1 book that would actually help me in my series. Aqua, A Court of Wings and Bruin. Oh my god, I can talk. Book 3 in the Aqua series, obviously. I'm still reading book 2. I only have a quarter left or so. Okay, it's not that much left. I got this one that will help me with my series. Speaking of continuing with the series, I don't know when I told you that. It was definitely in this video, I think. I want to continue my One Piece journey, because I started that and then I stopped. I got, okay, I'm not in order. Volume 14, 15, and 16 of One Piece. Those what they look like. German versions. I don't know if they look different than the English ones. They probably look different than Japanese ones, but I have no idea. Yeah, today is March 10th, which also means that the 2nd season of One Piece is out. Like the live action. I need to watch that. I need to watch One Piece season 2. I need to watch Wednesday season 2. I need to watch As the Borderlands season 4? No, 3? I'm not sure. The latest season. When will I catch up? Well, I have so many things on Netflix that I want to watch, but I'm just not. These books should be easy to read. I'm fully into the story right now. I'm on book 2, like I said. We'll enjoy it. Oh my god, Reese. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm gonna say. That one scene with Reese and Farrah where in the bed. That's what I meant. Yeah, it should be doable. If I really want to, I could read these in one day. But do I really want to read One Piece back to back? I don't know. I have my TBR, and I have another pile of books that I want to read that a bit more priority, right? So 7 books, of course, because 7 is a lucky number. So I would put this one on here. Currently, the next book that I want to read is the Luz Castacho book, the new release for February. I have the Luz Castacho book, then I'll probably put this. Then I might put, what is it now? 14 of One Piece, and I put something else, and I put 15 of One Piece, and I'll put 16. But maybe I actually feel like it now. I'll read 2 One Piece in one day. I don't know. We will see. We will see haul. Like I said, I'm still reading A Court of Mist and Fury. Almost done. I would say tomorrow I'm not home. Thursday maybe I might be done, and then I will also end this vlog, edit it, and then get it up. If I was actually really slightly insane. I would have gone for the One Piece series to read as my 4+ book series. But first off, there are way too many books. Second off, like the challenge only goes until July. There was absolutely no way I could read it, unless I would read like 5 in 1 month. But that's just not. It's not happening. I love the whole crew. I love Luffy and all, but sometimes Luffy is just a little too loud for me, and I need to calm down. You know what I mean? I need something soft and gentle. Like one of those Japanese novels that are just, they give you a warm fuzzy feel. That sometimes I need that. Sometimes I need screaming Luffy. Sometimes I don't. It's like there was, oh my god, I don't really know what arc it was, but One Piece was on TV, and my boyfriend was just like, why is he screaming all the time? And I just said, well, that's Luffy. He's always screaming. Just how it is. So yeah, just want to show you my very quick library haul. These are also books that I would actually purchase, right? Like, I have until book 13 already physically at home. Only have the first one, and they will also not count as a new book. Like, buy one book for every book I read, because I've read them before, right? So if I read this now, give it back to the library, then decide I want to buy it, like I've read it already. It does not count on my TBR. It does not count as anything. I saw that the 4th book, what is that called? Frost and Starlight, is half the size of this. It's such as like obviously it counts as the 4th book, but it's more like an in between. Like, are we preparing ourselves for what is to come? I said I would only get 2 books, but man, come on, this is just like it's easy, very easy. Anyways, for to read, because like I have to. I'm currently my list of books I can buy is at -3. I see you when I'm done with Echo Very quickly, I am not done yet with Echo Moth. But I got 2 new books. They are counted for, they're not counted for. I read them before, so I just completed one whole collection, and the other one you will just see. Got this one here, A Touch of Chaos. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th book in the series. This is the Hazen Persephone one, but along in that book, I'm so happy that I have them here. You also have, there was a postcard. You also have the books from Hades' POV. So everything with a touch of is technically Persephone's POV, and then everything with a game of is Hades. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 books in the A Touch Of series, and then 2, 3 in the other. So technically 7 books. The only thing that's really pissing me off is, okay, now I have to take it off again. Book 4 and 5 have numbers. The others do not have numbers. No, but it's just gonna drive me insane. I bought it. I bought the 2nd book. Yes, I'm still currently reading it. They have finally done the deed. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, yes. I have like 120 pages left, but I love it. I don't know why it took me so long to start the series. Maybe it's because it's a very long series. 5 books thus far, 7 books in total, probably. But man, I love it. I love it. That one revelation that you had between Feyre and Rhys. Given the fact I'm currently reading it, and will finish it, I'm going to put it onto the bookshelf. In the bookshelf. I will hopefully tomorrow update you when I'm done with the book. It's not that I don't enjoy it, it's taking me quite a bit because I'm just very busy these days. God. Very quickly, I'm ready to go to bed. I finished the book. I finished it. This is now my copy that I own. The last 100 pages or so, oh my god. Action upon action upon action, and that moment when they try to, like, I don't want to spoil you, right? With the cauldron, and when they get caught, and it turns out that someone is behind telling the king, all their plans. Are you freaking kidding me? Out of all the people, I'm just so mad. I'm so angry. I really want to continue with the series, but first the Los Gestapo, then One Piece, and then continue with A Court of Wings and a Ruin. I'm curious to see. So I love this. This was great. I would give this 4.5 stars, literally. And that also means that with those 4.5 stars, I can end the vlog. It's probably going to be a very long vlog again. Like, I always need like half a day to edit this whole thing, because I edit it obviously, then I rewatch it to make sure that everything is correct. And if you have like a 40-minute video, anything takes forever, then watching it also takes 40 minutes obviously. Oh my God. I'm gonna make myself a list of only talking about 10 books every time, so so I can make the video shorter because it's just absolutely terrible to edit. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Vlog 10, I wrote down vlog 10 is officially over. I can start the next one. I will see you then, and in the meantime I will upload some shorts